Are you a small business owner, a trader, a school owner, a federal civil servant, a Lagos or Edo civil servant, a farmer or a farm supply merchant? Do you need a loan or wish to fix your money for a high yield interest? Talk to us today and get your loan in less than 24 hours. Visit our website on www.lapo-nigeria.org or call us on 0813-984-0230. Email info@lapo-nigeria.org.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emopai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
So I want to welcome everyone to this episode of The Anchor. And during this episode, we are going to be spending time discussing digitalization. Because when we talk about Anchor has several dimensions. And in the previous episode, we actually looked more at the spiritual dimension of an anchor. Today, we are looking at digitalization. And before I introduce my two co-hosts, I want to just let you know, some years ago, I was invited to Rhodes University in South Africa to deliver two papers on the digital age. And those two papers, anybody wants to access them, you can get to the internet and you will access those two papers that I delivered at Rhodes University. And the other second fellow actually went with me at that time was, media advisor to the president of Nigeria. So two of us were invited from Nigeria on the digital issue. So in a world today where there is digital divide, but more importantly is that digital divide is narrowing, how do we begin to apply these as an opportunity to either maximize outcome or optimize outcome? That is where we are going to be delving in today. My name is Dr. Osare Emopai, and I'm a development economist and also an expert in managing complexity. So, from my left is Mrs. Osare Emopai, who is herself is an expert in organizational leadership and also a linguist. And to my right, I have Ebi Tebepina, who is two-handed. Is a marketing communication guru in his own right, it is known. And additionally, he's a security expert. Three of us will be discussing this during this episode. And I want to start with Mr. Tebepina. Could you please let us know how the concept of anchor works in the digital age?
I would like to look at this from 5 different angles. In the digital age, how the concept of anchor works. First is the area of work. We found out with recent happenings or in the recent past, people now have to work from home as a result of things that happened just a few months ago. And that has changed drastically the way of doing things in the workplace. Secondly, in terms of skill acquisition, people now need to get more skills and being paid for those skills they have acquired. Thirdly, I'm looking at the area of technology. With the introduction of technology, anyone that wants to ensure that they prosper in this digital age must embrace technology. It doesn't really matter the area of field technology is the in thing. I also want to look at the issue of space, because people work from home and there is no need, as we speak, no need any longer for one to invest, so to speak, in putting up structures. That, in a way, as we discuss, as we move on, you'll see the benefit of it. You are reducing your cost in terms of putting structures in place. Then lastly, the area of family. Some might want to look at this in the negative, but there's a positive side of it. Family is an institution, but with what is happening currently, you see some people, some family working from a distance, trying to maybe from Lagos, even here in Nigeria, some people working from Lagos, they're married, their husband is in Port Harcourt, and you can move that on to abroad, working here in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, and working abroad. So those are the 5 areas I am concentrating on to look at this digitalization in this jet age.
Okay, now I will be calling you back to take maybe some deeper look on that. But let me invite Mr. Simokwa here. How do you employ, digitalization, the digital age? How do you employ it in your family? How do you apply it in your own daily life?
It is a time not to be left behind. It's a time to walk with the jet age, to walk with the reality of now. Imagine me talking to my granddaughter who was just 6 years old a few days ago. And I said, with what is happening, we may have to move this year program. He said, no, Grandma, it's going to be on Zoom. And it was really, really fantastic.
That was her birthday.
It was on her birthday, 6 years old. Oh. So I have to move with their pace now. That means I don't have to think that because I'm a grandmother, I'll just hold on where I am. I have to also upgrade myself with the technology, as Mr. AB just said. I have to learn what the younger ones are doing. And with that, I will be able to operate in their own domain. So this digitalization of a thing is not just for a certain people. Anybody that wants to operate, anybody that wants to succeed will also have to come in. And that is where what I'm doing with my family. And I'm learning from my children and grandchildren and then moving on with them.
Okay. Okay. So as you were just saying, our beautiful granddaughter, granddaughter Olamide, okay, living very, very far away from this continent. And she was talking about, that's what Mama was talking about, that I want to have my birthday. And I want to have my birthday. Mama, join me on my birthday. And not you joining me on my birthday. I want all my uncles, all my aunties, all my friends, Chinese friends, Indian friends, I want all of them to be at my birthday. And that was exactly what happened. People were connected from several continents, black, white, brown, green, to a 6-year-old birthday. That is what digital age has turned the world into. And not a bit sadly so, even when you're doing funeral today, funeral people, not just doing birthday, but now people who are, we want to bid them farewell. The digital age and the technology that, of course, operates within that digital age makes it possible for you to virtually participate at even funeral now without physically being present. The world is so changed. But the area I want to speak on a little before I invite my other 2 co-hosts to speak is in the area of church administration in the area of ministry. I want to spend some time on that. You know, what the digital age has done is that we have been able to now build a church without walls. We have been able to build a church without borders. We now have a church where we minister to the whole world, from even my bedroom. That is what the digital is. So digitalization as a concept has become an anchor. It has become a platform to be used to preach the gospel. And that was why during the lockdown, COVID-19, we were doing ministry to the world. COVID-19, we're doing ministry to the world because we had an app, we had Zoom, we had Facebook, we have all those things. And we're ministering to the world throughout. No stop. Members were blessed. Even those are not members who were just jumping from one area of social media to the other came onto our platforms and they began to worship as well. It is an opportunity that we have never had before. And I just appeal to my co-ministers, those who are involved in temple ministry, in marketplace ministry. My appeal to you is this: the game is changed. If you still remain in old age, I mean in stone age, every meeting you want to do, you want it physical in your local church or in your local assembly, wherever you are. You're actually living in the Methuselah age. The age we are in now is an age whether we like it or not. The reality is that those who will thrive and prosper in ministry are those that will embrace the digital age as a platform for ministry. Will be those that will be walking on a church without borders and without walls. And that is the secret, if you like, of even the ministry we are involved with. And so we do our zonal council meetings on Zoom. We did our election on Zoom, on other social media. We did, prayer on that. So the issue of ministry I'm talking about in here is a divine assignment. When you talk about ministry, some people may not understand what it is. When God gives you a divine assignment and He wants you to be on that assignment, in an ongoing form, it becomes a ministry. So whatever assignment God gives unto you, which He wants you to grow in over time, that will bring men, souls, unto the kingdom, and then His name is glorified in heaven, that's ministry. So if you call into prayers, for instance, how you embracing the digital age? How you using technology? Are you still calling people until they come to your church? You pray for them. Or do they organize programs in which you pray and the whole world can access it? What when you want to talk about teaching the word? What do you want to even counsel on marriage? You want to teach on families. You want to do one-to-one, you want to check on our members. How do you do discipleship? Must it be one-to-one? Interestingly, you still find people in ministry today who believe that discipleship must always be one-to-one and ignore the paradigm shift that we are in, the age, the season, that we have moved from a linear age to a digital age. And that movement is a difficult one for so many people. But for those people whose mind are renewed, you really need a mind renewal for you to be able to move from one age to another age. A mind that is not renewed is always fixed. It sits at an age. It remains linear. They remain there. Everything must be done in the local church. Everything must be done face to face. It's linear. It's linear and it's static. And that is what Dwell call the fixed mindset. But whereas in the digital age, you then have the growth mindset. And what does growth mindset say? You begin to walk without borders. You walk without walls. You can do ministry and be more successful. Even when you are doing it from your bedroom and you don't have, and then from there you have a platform. If you exploit the opportunities there. So it's a great time for us, particularly when those who are focused on world evangelism, those who are focused on this, is a very good time.
Concord Security Services provides impeccable security services to its diverse clients, from banking to telecoms, from international examination institutions to big restaurants. Our emphasis on the use of cutting-edge technology to provide solutions to prevalent security challenges gives us a competitive edge in the industry. Our array of services include man guarding, CCTV, perimeter fencing, full body scanners, metal detectors, VIP protection, escort services, due diligence, and event security. We offer extensive trainings to our security personnel to improve their physical fitness, mental alertness, and exceptional skills in managing complexity at our 2 training centers in Ed John School of Management and in Ilasa office. Engage our services today and let us give you peace of mind. Concord Security and Protocol Services Limited is located at 25 Abeokuta Street off Beliat Bus Stop, Ilasamaja, Oshodi Apapa Expressway, Lagos. Telephone
0805 690 8568
or 0805 119 9931. Send a mail to info@concordsecurityng.com or visit our website at www.concordsecurityng.com.
So I want to just ask you, man, there was this, when last year there was this program in which we did a conference in Nazareth. How did you see, in terms of digital age, how did you see that, if we're framing it, for instance, that we're going to be doing that this year because we are going to be going to the Caribbean where we are interested in now. How do you think we would have taken advantage of this digitalization?
Oh yeah, it would be a lot cheaper because we wouldn't have moved everybody there. Some people will be over there. You transmitting down to and beaming to the people over here.
Yes.
And the outcome will be a lot huge because money spent on accommodation and transportation will not be invested in the mission work. However, it will still be interesting to visit those sites anyway, and there's time for everything.
Yeah.
But I think we'll gain a lot more, if we do it digitally, especially for some who are busy, who don't have the whole of 7 days to spend there.
Yeah.
They just join online.
Okay, I think yes, you are right. You are right. There's a conference we plan for Atlanta this year, and our general overseer, Reverend Boiji, was going to be the lead speaker. And was going to be the lead speaker at that program. That was May, the last 2-3 days of May. And we had other international speakers from different parts of the world coming onto Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, United States to speak. But because of the COVID-19, when we couldn't move, and the digital, they say, what then happened was, we were then able to use Zoom.
Yeah.
So that actually then, so it appeared, so when some people are thinking the year is already wasted, it wasn't wasted. We were able to still have a meeting. Then we have the St. George from Miami, Florida. Those are the coordinators of the mission work in the Caribbean. Then we had John Spellman and the family there in Georgia. Then we have our own selves here. And we're able to hold meeting about world evangelism when we didn't, because we couldn't travel to Atlanta. So at the end of the day, we didn't really lose anything in the course of the year. I think that's the point you are.
As a matter of fact, we were able to tackle the major issues. Things that we just discuss and then follow up.
We didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Now, Abby, permit me to speak on this because I know you are a pastor as well. Yeah, you are a guru in marketing, communications, and branding. You are a guru in it. Since I met you, I've known you to be an expert in that area. At the same time as well, you also then veered into security, so you'll be talking about that. But there's time for you to speak about those two areas, how they will apply in those two areas. But this time I want to focus on to talk to, because you are in ministry, you are a pastor, you pastor a church. How do you now deploy the digitalization as an anchor, as a framework to organize your pastoral work?
Thank you. Just like Mommy rightly said, it applies. It's just that most ministries have not really embraced what has befallen the world. And the earlier ministries, church ministries, begin to embrace this, the better for the church itself. For our own case, we, in like manner, we embraced it in such a way that all our meetings, quarterly meetings, weekly meetings, we run it via that social media platform.
So they are done virtually?
Virtually.
That's good.
Even when the COVID-19 was on, the lockdown rather, is still on, COVID is still on. But during the lockdown here in Nigeria, we're doing it via Facebook and Zoom. Yes, starting off, no doubt, there were technical issues because it was something that was new. That's the paradigm shift we're talking about. It's something that came new and we needed to radically change. And starting off, we had teething problems, but we've been able to overcome that. Even offerings and all that, administrations are done online. You don't need to be there physically to run church administration any longer.
Oh, thank you so much. That is really nice. Now, I want to move on to another area. Yeah. Mr. Simon, I want to now take us from where B stopped, how he's applying as a pastor the digitalization in ministry and his church. I now want us to take this onto leadership, leading generally, because I know you are an expert in that after your program at Oxford University. So how do we this digitalization, how does it affect the function of a leader, leading people and all that?
This really where leadership organization comes in. It takes what we call reorientation, like renewing of the mind, as the Bible says in Romans. The leadership, so to say, who is leading in the particular organization or the group, get that information and pass it down. Like Mr. Ebi said there was a TT problem. There definitely will be. People will drag it and think that, we can still do it the way we used to do. Fortunately, the way we used to do it is not going to really add up to give us maximum impact. And so you continue to carry people along, you continue to push people along, you continue to encourage people, educate people. Let them know the values. Let them know the gains, that is the plus of what we have come into. And really, there's no going back. If you don't embrace it, you will be dropped. That is, you cannot board the train that is going.
Yes.
In the last few months, I have learned a lot of things. I even have to be learning from my children. How do I do this? How do I do that? Imagine as I'm talking now, somebody recording it and playing it back to me. There's a lot of advantage. We are moving ahead. And mind you, when we talk of the ministry in particular, the Bible says the word of God, the gospel, will be taken to every nook and cranny of the world. And I'm saying this is making it faster than we ever expected. Imagine if you wake up anytime, 24 hours in a day, you see people on Facebook. You see people even connecting with you, people you don't know. They see something that you have liked or commented on, and they are talking to you. I have some people I'm counseling online that I don't know. I have some people I have had to contribute to their house rent online, people I don't know. I have people who have seen maybe my comments or people commented on something I said that have said this thing minister to me. So if we all now buy into this idea of digitalization, digital age, you will see that we'll be working faster Now we were doing, when we were gathering, thousands of us, millions of us in one location. And mind you, the security implication. If a bomb drops in where you have that, thousands of people are going. Whereas as I'm here now, only a few people are connected with me that will know my location, whether from my phone or something, or my gadgets, things I wear. And so you can communicate to diverse people. Imagine somebody who doesn't even belong to the same faith as you are discussing with you, and you are coming to a compromise or convergence.
That brings me to a point. We're talking about communication.
Yeah.
I think communication is very critical at this time in leading. And leadership, Maxwell said there are 5 levels of leadership. But today we are not going to be dealing with what Maxwell said. I want to work more with what Dobson, your professor, remember, your professor at Oxford, was Sue Dobson was her professor, was her favorite professor at Oxford. And I remember her defining leadership as influence. It's not positional. So that you don't really need a title. So to lead. All you need is to be a carrier of influence. So now how do you now deploy, knowing that defining yourself as agent of influence, using the digital age, in communicating to reach people in a way to get a better outcome for yourself, for the community you are leading in some form, whether you are leading in your family, or you are leading in your estate, or you are leading in the church, or you are leading in business. Because I also know you are a commercial director of a company, of a group of companies. So this influence it. How do you now communicate using the digital age, the digital facilities, to communicate in a way you never were able to do before? You never were able to do that before, but now you can reach them day and night. How do you do that?
First, what I did was to know what their problem was. And the first thing was, we don't have enough data. That means they don't have enough airtime. They don't have enough money to be connected. Initially, I thought they were just careless about what was important.
Yes.
But what I did, because we have what we call wallet in our companies, and then I was able to give them maybe 1,000 airtime, 2,000, depending on whoever.
Yes.
And for those who don't have the Android that they could use, I sent to, there was one grandma, I sent to the son. And then the son was able to make the mother to be connected. We are canceling a couple now. People are getting married in another 6 months. What I did was to send them, because we are on Google Meet, to send them 2,000 naira airtime. So you are not going to give me any excuse that you cannot connect because I don't have enough data or I don't have money. So that was the number one lack, number one need I discovered. So with giving them airtime, using my own money this time, but it was to encourage them. And now, in fact, this morning I got a message from the young man, "Mommy, I will be free on Friday for this meeting." It's like I'm the one pleading with them to join the meeting, and it's for their own good. It's counseling for...
That's leadership. Because it's influence. It's about sacrifice.
Yes. Apart from the sacrifice, know exactly what is needed.
Yes.
Is it the airtime or your physical time? This time, it was the airtime and then the physical time. So the guy now decides for us what time he will be free, which is convenient for me. I'm the minister. I want it well for them, and when it's well with them, it's well with me. And then the airtime. So that was a start off. And as time goes on, as you discover these things, you discover the need of the people you are ministering to.
Yes.
You are leading. You are not really imposing anything on them. This system is good for you. I don't have to be going from house to house, church to church to do the administration anymore. And so if it's for my own benefit and it's going to be for their own benefit too, let us come to an agreement.
Yes.
And so know as a leader people you want to influence, you need to know
what their needs
what
are,
their needs are,
how to,
and how can they board.
yes,
How can they come in with you?
them?
Yes.
How do you onboard them?
And not just throw it as if you are throwing something at a
And
dog.
be prepared to sacrifice something
Yeah.
to bring them.
And God
Mentoring
will always
essentially,
provide
which is
anyway.
an issue we'll be taking later. So Ebby, I know you have a close, you call it CUG, a close user group, which you are using in your business. How because it's a digital issue, how are you actually deploying it and helping to reach your people, and at the same time helping your bottom line in business?
Yeah, thank you. Before now, we noticed that we were spending high, like the lead anchor mentioned, in communication, calling those people and ensuring that we reach out to them, and them calling back. So the organization adopted the COG approach, closed user circuit, got into it, and ensured that that was a tool. It became a veritable tool for communication, wherein even as we speak, some of our meetings are done via the COG, if the phones allow you to. Some of the phones we use, like last week or thereabout or 2 weeks ago, we did phone conferencing, about 4 or 5 people. Immediately after our Zoom meeting on Wednesday, we had to do a phone conferencing when 3 or 5 people had to be talking at the same time, meeting on a particular issue. So the CUG had, in a way, helped, and at what has no cost. At no cost. If there was any cost at all, very, very minimal cost.
Okay, I want to bring it to a close. I know that you are Assistant Group Managing Director in a group in which you actually help people develop solutions for communication in the digital age. So I think they will scroll your phone number after this episode, so that they can benefit from the technology you have, from the knowledge you have for digital age, particularly on CUG, on website development, and all those things that you do. Okay, I want to round up by this. This episode we focus on digitalization, and I'm privileged to chair a group of about 10,000 staff as chairman, and another group that I also chairman about 5,000 staff. But do you know today, do they really need offices anymore? Physical offices? Not much, because of digitalization. So I want to encourage you out there, whether you are doing ministry, you run a business, whatever you do in your family, you're doing birthdays or maybe funeral, anything, embrace digitalization. Use the digital age, and you find you'll be leapfrogging into greater outcome and better outcome. Until I come your way again, thank you very much, and I hope you benefited from this program. Until I come your way next time, stay safe and God bless. Thank you very much.
Mindshare Communications Limited is a world-class marketing, communications, and branding consultancy firm located in Lagos State, Nigeria. We offer a wide array of consultancy and promotional services to corporate businesses and firms. Our services include strategic marketing activities, public relations, advertising, social media management, digital marketing, web development, brand development, marketing activation, strategic branding, market intelligence activities, and telecoms, ranging from CUG management to airtime vending. Call Mindshare Communications today to help you achieve your goals. For further information, please contact Abiola on 0807 739 0974. Send a mail to info@mindsharelimited.com or visit our website at www.mindsharelimited.com. Address 184A Kaduna Road, Crystal Estate, and Muwadafi Estate, Lagos.